Well, let me bring you on up in here. What's up, everybody? It's Friday. We back again. We're gonna get to it. We're gonna talk about a little bit of everything. As soon as we get the guy up in here.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Oh, yes, sir.
Everything coming on the same time. All right.
Yes, indeed. Welcome to another episode of UnQuantized podcast. It's another Friday. Man, All right. So real quick, we might as well get into it.
Man, I don't want to, man.
I know I don't want to either.
I hate these, man.
Yeah. These Fridays are always tough. It seems like we haven't had a lot of these Fridays since we've been doing this show until maybe the last year or two. It's been a few, but man,
it sucks every time, bro. It's always like, man, I hate it, bro. Getting old is trash in a way. It's like, you don't want to see that.
Yeah. If you're lucky enough to stay, you're unfortunate enough to see people go. And that's kind of, that's the give and take, the gift and the curse of longevity on any side. But man, listen, I'm going to post get this applause going. We lost a legend today, but we're going to give him his flowers.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? All the air horns, you know who these air horns is for. Spam them hearts for DMX.
Man, please.
Come on, man. Spam them hearts for DMX. That's a fact.
That's real.
That's a fact. I know a lot of times you do a moment of silence. We're doing a moment of celebration right now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. R.I.P. DMX, one of the greats. One of the most compelling hip hop personalities, artists that we've ever seen. You know what I mean? A person that we saw just live life out front with their heart on their shoulders. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, listen. R.I.P. to a great. He's a GOAT. No questions asked. Your grandma ain't gonna argue with it. Your mother ain't gonna argue with it.
Nobody.
X is a GOAT, bro. Yeah, keep them hearts going, man. Keep them hearts going, man.
And I would love for people to put their favorite DMX song in the chat, because I feel like I'm gonna go through a whole DMX playlist and like binge listen to some stuff. So let me know what your favorite one is.
Yes,
man. I mean, while we on it, I love that DMX wasn't like an act. You know what I'm saying? Like how like most rappers, it's like an on and off thing. Like that was really him. Like every time I've seen him, every time I've heard somebody talk about him, he was always that, right? You know what I'm saying? And it's like I love that energy. You know what I mean? And man, he's to me, he's in that like rare era with like Snoop and Shaq, and like how is this certain people that's just so famous.
Santa Claus, nigga.
Yeah, he's up there, bro. He's in the top of just I'm famous for being me famous, which is a hard thing to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
and man, it's sad, bro. I hate that it happened, man. But
yes, indeed. All the flowers for X. All the flowers.
Legend, man. And that's lived an incredible life. We got a bunch of accolades, and man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Man, listen. But RIP to a legend. We all know what you're playing this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Prayers and condolences to his family, to Swiss, to D and Y, and just, everybody that's affected in one way or another by this great man's passing. But this weekend celebrate, man. Get them streaming numbers up. Just do whatever it is you can. You know what I mean? One more time, RIP for X, man. For sure.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, this on the Joe Budden podcast where they play outstanding. We need outstanding.
No, we can't play anything on this.
Because they will.
Because we'll get tagged. We'll get kicked off of whatever platform that we're on. Yeah. If you haven't already, if you didn't hear what Young Trizza said, man, post your favorite DMX song right here in the captions. Let us know. Listen, I've never seen anybody drop 2 like number 1 albums within 11 months of each other.
That was wild.
Amazing. That's how he came in the game letting you know that he wasn't playing.
All right. Yeah, he is not playing, dog.
Yeah, man. Yeah. A lot of people were are affected or were affected or indirectly affected by DMX in one way. So as this happens, I go deep with the thinking. Now, is it safe to say that if it wasn't for DMX, Rough Riders as we know it might not have existed?
Oh yeah. I mean, I feel like they would be like a biker gang kind of thing, but as how we know it, like
Yeah, it might have been something, but it wouldn't have been like
bro. That was like a movement, dog. If you saw one of them jackets, you knew it was up. You already knew what time it was.
Yeah. He spawned like just he brought something to the forefront that we didn't know existed. He brought a whole new light and a whole new way of doing things. So, like I was saying, I started thinking, I started getting deep. So if the argument hinges on DMX being a pivotal part of Rough Riders being what it is, then if Rough Riders wasn't what it became, I might have never met my wife. And is not really a super reach. But if it wasn't for Rough Riders, which if it wasn't for DMX, there might not have been a Rough Riders as we know it. My whole personal life would be a different life.
And you started with Rough Riders, right?
Yes. So that's just showing how like I'm so far removed from this whole thing. But as I think back, like this man affected my life, because if it wasn't for him, probably wouldn't have been a Rough Riders. So therefore, I wouldn't have got my deal with Rough Riders. At that time, me and another dude, we got our deal at the same time. We became cool. I was in New York all the time. He wanted to come to Baltimore. He came to Baltimore. I was just showing him around town because, of course, he wanted to see, see where the girls at and all that. So I took him to this mall. And that day, I met my wife at that mall.
Oh, snap.
Because I was signing Rough Riders and I was with my, I guess, label mate or whatever you want to call him at the time. So I had no reason to even be in that mall. I didn't go there like that. I was never in that part of the mall, XYZ. And I probably wouldn't have met my wife. So it's not a super stretch to say DMX affected my personal life. And I might not be married right now if it wasn't for just him being him. You know what I mean? But listen, man, either way, I mean, even just as a fan, it's a crazy day. Yeah.
Literal Beat says, so your wife got beef with Eve then?
Oh, no, it's not Eve, but that's a good guess. Shout out for the day one listeners, you might not get that, but my wife has a beef with a hip hop legend, a female hip hop legend. And people have been trying to guess who that is.
Yeah, it's a toughy one, but I wouldn't have guessed it, but I could see it.
Nah, no one's gonna guess that.
We got some shout outs we gotta do. Young Black Metaphor, shout out to him, man.
Come on, man. Oh, there we go.
I just hit her tapping. That boy was hitting the key
aggressively.
You ever go to press record, like you about to record something and you missed the key, you pressing the wrong joint?
Oh, all the
time.
I
hate that's the worst feeling, bro.
All the time, bro.
Shout out to Smoking Aces. We got Fiction in here. We got Realistic. What up, bro? Let's see who else we got in here. I'm sure I'm missing people. Sandman is in here.
What up?
Yeah, man. So we out here. But yeah.
So Realistic had a good thing. He said he was talking to AJ today. Shout out to AJ. Shout out to Realistic as well. They were talking about his ad libs, and it says, "Do you think DMX was the first to really use ad libs as a standout part of the song, rather than just a background layer?" No, I would say, and I'm probably gonna be wrong on this, but I do know he came before X with that Busta Rhymes.
I can see that.
If you think back to Leaders of the New School and even Scenario, that's what most people got to know Busta Rhymes if you're of a certain age. Busta Rhymes might have been the first to do that, but X might have been the biggest artist, because even though Busta Rhymes is a super legend, X is just culturally bigger than that, and that's a tall order to fill. But I think X is just culturally bigger than Busta and a lot of people. To be honest with you,
yeah, people be having some wild Instagram names. Bro,
what they working with?
I don't even want to repeat it. It's yeah, I don't even want to go there. Shout out to Fingers McGee, man. Yo, Fingers FM. Yo, he is the guy I was telling everybody about. If you want to know about sync licensing, you want to know about production, even in general, dog, but like commercial TV film, that world, that's the guy, man. Good people's man. Helped me out a lot when I was in LA. And we got to get him on the podcast, man. We got to get him on there.
Bet. Somebody said E40. Yeah, Busta was before E40, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Got you.
Black Metaphor says, "Yo, Oracle, sell me an old keyboard workstation or something, man. I'm analog, man, now."
Bruh, you know what I'm gonna try to get. You know what I'm gonna try to get them to get just for fun. The same thing I try to
Oh, the
sell everybody
Korg.
on the Korg micro sampler. Go ahead, man. Copy your baby ASR. Have fun. Have a blast. It's amazing.
I ain't gonna front. I was looking at one the other day. I just want to buy some equipment. So I was looking at stuff. I was like, I could.
It's dope. I can't wait for EAC to get his because I know I'm gonna hop on the phone with him. I'm like, oh, all right, just do this, do that. You know, I know all the tricks to that joint. So yeah, that's a great cop. Man, that's funny because it got me thinking. I was thinking yesterday. I was watching something on YouTube. Shout out to the dude. I think his name is Direct something. My bad for forgetting your name, but he does a series called What Had Happened Was, where he goes over like the
I like the
how
name.
yeah, exactly, how certain samplers, you know, just the history of certain samplers. And I was like, I start thinking about all the forgotten hardware and forgotten samplers. And the one of the most prominent ones to me was the beat thing. People forgot all about that. That joint came, yeah, that joint came and went. But I tell you one thing, I had one. It was cold, bro.
Your drums, I remember you playing that joint. Your drums was knocking on that little joint.
Bro, that little joint was cold. People was hating on it. You know, a lot of stuff that people hate on, I just look at it for what I think it is and I'll get it. And so the micro Korg was one thing. Everybody trashed it. Now it's amazing. People realizing. And the beat thing, people trashed it, bro. That joint was amazing. That joint had a little pitch. It had a pitch wheel on the side of the beat machine where you could pitch up and down your entire sequence, bro.
Oh, that's fire.
I've never seen that before. That's what that little thing on the side of it is. You can pitch up in that the entire sequence in real time as it's playing. Cold. That joint had dope effects on it. The workflow was dope. The sound, it sounded dope. And it was one of the first truly portable joints because it had a battery in it. I think it might be the first portable beat machine I ever heard of, and definitely the first one I ever had.
You know what I think the downfall for it was? Is that it looked like a toy. It looked like a child's toy. It didn't look like, when I bought, like, you look at an MPC, it's how like I feel like guys look at like power tools. It's like, yeah, you know what I mean?
Robust.
Yeah, it didn't have that yeah to it. It's like, all right.
No, yeah, same with the micro Korg. It looked like a toy. Listen, I'm not talking about what it looked like. I get it for what it can do and what I can do with it. And the beat thing was super cold.
Yo, people love bringing up the Roller MV88,000. Bro, I wanted one so bad. I'm so glad I never got it.
That was on that list too.
Yeah, I'm so glad I never got it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that joint was cool. There's a few others on that list, but that was like one of the main standout ones to me that people slept on. And then it was like the MPC 500. No one remembers that. The MPC 5000. No one remembers that.
Wow. Hold on, which one was the 5,000? Was that the OD big one?
No, you think about the 4,000.
Oh, okay.
The 5,000 came out after that, and it was supposed to be the flagship. The problem was, or what had happened was, as homie said, it was supposed to be the 3,500. It's supposed to be a successor to the 3,000 because the 4,000 was already out, and people were like, well, if you call it the 3,500, people just gonna buy the 4,000 because they think it's better. And in fact, initially the 4,000 was better. So people bought the 5,000 and had stuff that the 4,000 didn't have. I heard eventually they got right and corrected it, but by then it was just way too late.
Hey.
Yeah.
Let's see. Fingers McGee said ASRX. Yeah, I love the ASR. That was
one on there too. Yeah.
That was my joint.
I only heard people complain about that joint, but I hear the sound on it is really dope. I got a regular ASR rack. I never got into the X. I heard nothing but bad things about it, but I would probably cop one if I saw one for a decent price. I would get it.
You know, it's wild. I be seeing all these people now on like TikTok and Instagram with the 404 samplers, and they'll have like 2 or 3 of them lined up. Bro, I used to have one in high school, bro, and had no idea what I was doing. And just like, I'm just triggering samples and like, oh, this is cool.
It's a wonky machine, bro.
Yeah.
Dog, I think the 404 came out, I don't know what year it was, 2006, 2008, whatever year it was. No one, and the homie told the story about this too. No one seemed to care about it at all. Like, people had the 303 that came and went. No one cared for like 10 years. And then people started, for a couple of years, and then people started getting into it. But the thing is, when people started getting into it, they had already discontinued it. So that's why Roland came out with the SP404A and then the SX, because they was like, we not getting the bread.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all aftermarket. So that's why they even came out with those, man. But shout out to some equipment that seemed to have fallen off but came back.
Yeah, it was just wild. It was just like, I'm like, when did this happen? That everybody's using these joints now?
I don't know.
I do feel like
became a thing.
I do feel like it's like a hardware resurgence. Like everybody out of nowhere is like super on hardware lately.
Yeah.
Which is dope. Yeah. Hey, I'm all for whatever's creative.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. After using the 2000 XL, I saw rolling in which the MPC had a big screen. That's a fact. The MPC screen was trash. But the thing about the MPC is the screen was kind of trash, but I'm always talking about muscle memory, and you could develop muscle memory on it so fast that you rarely depended on the screen. Like I whipped out my MPC like 2-3 weeks ago, whatever it was, and just so quickly I got so into it, I realized I was using it and not even looking at the screen like that.
I ain't gonna front, bro. I missed the Renaissance. So if you were me and you didn't want to get the Renaissance and you wanted something more updated, what would you get? What is the next best, the newest thing, but closest to the Renaissance kind of vibe?
Honestly, it's obviously the MPC X, but how much do you want to spend?
Not that much.
Exactly. I didn't think so.
Because I don't know if I would use it like that. I say it now and then be like, I never use it.
So MPC 1 might be cool because it got just as many buttons as a Renaissance. Like I said, the trick to MPCs, other than the great sequencer, is the dedicated buttons. That's what makes an MPC dope. Otherwise, you got to look at the screen, you got to touch the screen, and you got to do more menu diving. So the MPC 1 has more dedicated buttons. I think you'll get into that on the same way you kind of was rocking with the Renaissance. Yeah. So I would try that. I'm talking about getting the SP. Somebody said get the rim, bro. Yeah, I don't like the touch screen. Yeah, the X is cool, but you can get it done with the rim. That is a fact. But your problem, or not your problem, somebody in here was like the screen. Did you care about the screen on the Renaissance?
Oh no, I don't. I actually like I just like the workflow of NPCs. You know what I'm saying? I like the how to sequence. That's all I care about. It's the no repeat, how you sequence, and the little knob where you could just like fly through stuff. Long as that's there, I'm cool.
Yeah, the one will give you that, but the Ren is going to give you the feeling of like a more authentic NPC workflow. It's kind of like a beefed up 2000 or 2000 XL. Those were my NPCs when I came in the game. The Ren is dope. I'm looking at my Ren right now on the other side of this camera, and it's plugged up. So,
Who's Cat says, "Bro, I'm too young for this and too broke for hardware." Hey, it ain't really a young or old thing because, bro, if you look at Metro, Sunny, and all them, if you notice now, all of them are using hardware. You see it in the back somewhere. You know what I mean? They all using NPCs and stuff. So, I mean, it's more of a flavor thing. It's more like your preference of how you want to make music.
And like I said, since No ID put it in my head, it's a great investment. Certain hardware, old school samplers, old school hardware are great investments because the price is going to continue to go up because they're not being made anymore and they're still sought after.
That's right.
You know, that goes for NPCs, ASRs. We all know SB1200 is going for a stupid price right now. But the hardware resurgence, I'm not mad. And working on hardware is fun, bro. It's super fun. Yeah,
that's facts.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Verzuz, the Isley versus Earth, Wind, and Fire?
I did not. I was actually doing something when it was on. I kind of saw parts of it the next day, but I did watch a majority of the spoof. Shout out to Sam Griffin. He sent me that joint the next morning. He sent me the spoof. I missed everything. I didn't see nothing. So,
the Steve Harvey is like, what? Weird.
Had a German Shepherd. It was a German Shepherd. My man said, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, y'all. I'm sorry.
Bro, I feel like I put 10 years on my age, bro. I was with the father-in-law drinking Crown Royal and water.
Ooh. Whoa. That bag now has $5 and change in it.
I feel like my car certainly turned into a Cadillac DeVille.
There you go. There you go.
But it was cool. It's a vibe. It what it shows you is that like artist development never fades away. Anytime you see any artist that went through serious artist development, especially the older guys, they do not miss a beat, bro. They do. Who is it? Is it CL Smooth? I forget who it was. It's one of them guys. I feel like it was CL.
Nah, Nice and Smooth.
Nice and Smooth. I'm tripping. But
oh,
no, I went to some random festival and he was performing. Bro, one of the best performances I've seen from an artist in a long time, bro. Like,
yeah.
bro, like he had been doing this all his life, never took a break from just, and he was just so on it. I'm just like, yo, this is crazy how like that artist development just like sticks with people. And that's how it was with like the Isley Brothers and like Earth, Wind and Fire. Bro, they just like, all right, yeah, we do this. And they snap right into it. And they did it great, dog. And they sounded incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, it never leaves you. It never leaves. You got to think. I think the Isley Brothers been doing joints since like 59.
Bro, that's cold. That's crazy.
Bro, you can't not know how to do it at that
point. That's wild. Can't. Yeah, they was playing songs. I was like, man, I forgot that they did these joints, bro.
Dog, all jams. I said I was gonna watch it with my wife one day. We just gonna throw it on and and do it up. But I know every song on there was like the shit. I already know. Dog, and shout out to Tim and Swiss, man.
Oh man, they going crazy.
That Triller move, man. That footage looking kind of crispy.
I'm not mad. Only thing like people was talking about was the app. The app is a little trash, but I mean they gonna figure that out.
Yeah.
I'm not. I just want them to do producer. Please bring back the producer joints. That's all I want. If they could do 3 artists, 1 producer one, I would be happy. Just sneak a producer one in there every once in a while, because that to me is the essence. And I get it's not the biggest draw like the other ones are.
Yeah.
But it could be, you know what I mean? And I feel like, it's a certain competitiveness about it,
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe producers ain't willing to do it though.
Come on, man. Somebody out here with a catalog. I mean, I would rather have a new producer one than them redo the Teddy Riley and Babyface one.
Oh yeah, it's not good.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, please.
It's technically a producer one though.
Yeah, but it's just like you could have gave it somebody different than running back the same one that you already done. Yeah.
No rolling. I'm willing to bet it's not Babyface that won the rematch.
Oh yeah, you already know Teddy. Like I gotta reclaim my spot.
Facts. Teddy, like yo, I had a whole choreographed set. Y'all gonna get this set.
Y'all about to hear this new Jack and swing, dog.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Let's see. Wait, we got questions in here.
Ooh, Black Metaphor says no one wants to battle A-Rab music. That's a tough one because he gonna hit you with that show. His joint is so visual. It's going. He don't got the hits, I don't think, but he got the visual.
Well, here's the question: is that true if A-Rab music doesn't get to perform?
You see, that's where as long as he performs, I feel like it's an issue, right?
So he would technically, no one would put him against someone else who's not a performer.
Yeah.
Now, who would that be? Besides Beats by Jay Black or Trizzy Track? Nobody.
Ooh, that is tough.
Yeah. So I don't think you can get an A-Rab music joint, to be honest with you.
Dang, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, because his whole joint is hinged on performance. I mean, his beats are crazy. Don't get me wrong. I never heard a bad A-Rab music beat ever in my life, but as far as like being big hits, big enough for verses, I'm not sure. But if my man get to perform, it don't matter if you never heard of him before in your life. You're gonna love him when it's over. Yeah.
Sandman says, Trizzy, the problem is many producers are backing out. Everyone is trying to get Missy to do it, but she refuses. I don't see Oracle. You know Missy more than I do, right? I don't really. I've never met her personally. I just know, of the legend. I just feel like she's always a very loving, not competitive type person in a way. From everything I see, you know what I mean. So maybe it's that, but I feel like anybody to go against Missy it's an issue, bro. Missy catalog so stupid, bro. No, like so stupid, bro. That's a tough battle, bro.
Yeah. I don't know, bro. Yeah, listen. I ain't gonna ask her about it. That's for damn sure.
Oh yeah.
That's for damn sure. I don't care how often I talk to her. I'm not asking her at all. I'm pretty sure she's sick of that.
We'll see. They're supposed to have Dr. Dre on Versus, but after the Teddy Riley fiasco, he said he couldn't do it. Yeah, it don't
But
surprise.
I mean, those problems are over with though.
Yeah.
So now, if that was the issue, and I don't even know if this is true, but let's just entertain it for a minute. If that was the issue, what is it now? Because I mean, audio is crispy, camera angles is crispy, everything looking nice. You know,
who would he go against though? That's what I still don't know. Like who?
Dre?
Yeah.
Jermaine Dupri or Puff? Or Jermaine Dupri or Puff could go against each other. Either one could go. Those three are interchangeable. Right. Any of them could go against the other ones, and that's gonna be it. They're gonna break the internet with that.
Missy versus Rihanna, I don't like that matchup.
No.
Because
Missy versus Busta only makes sense.
Yeah, or Missy versus Pharrell, I could see how that could work.
Yeah. To me,
I wouldn't want it, but I could see how that one could work.
It fits, but it don't. It matches, but it don't match. They two socks are the same color, but one short and one long. It just it match, but it don't match.
I would love to see the Neptunes versus like Kanye. I think that would be a great one. I feel like that'd
be awesome.
And then, like you were saying, Missy versus Busta, that would be great.
Yeah, but she said she don't want to. I heard she don't want to do it against Busta.
That makes sense too.
Yeah, and the Alchemist one, everybody's waiting for that.
Alchemist is so cool.
Yeah, I'd like to see a Alchemist versus who's it? Alchemist versus Havoc.
Ooh,
that'd be dope.
That's see Cool and Dre versus Justice League. Ooh,
that's a long day for Cool and Dre. Cool, no, no. Let me take that back. That might be a long day for Justice League, actually.
Because Cool and Dre got some joints. I ain't even gonna sleep. They got some joints, bro.
Okay, here's what it is for me. They have bigger hits. Cool and Dre have bigger hits, but to me, my personal preference would be more Justice League.
Yeah, I feel like I'm the same way. If I had to pick whose beats I like better, and it's just like being like I had to pick, I would probably say Justice League. But I can't sleep on Cool and Dre, bro. They got some incredible songs, bro.
Facts.
See, Kanye gonna be playing Jesus is King tracks. Yo, some of them Jesus is King joints slap.
Yeah. Musically, the album was all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Blaze versus Ye. Yo, I do want another Just Blaze one because I feel like Just Blaze did it and it wasn't Versus yet. It was kind of like
it was too early. It was years before Versus.
Yeah, I feel like they were just doing it, and that's kind of what spawned it. But I don't think Just got it. And he's another one, bro. Like catalog insane, bro. Like I feel like us producers like give Just Blaze enough credit, but I don't feel like the mainstream give him enough credit like he deserves. You know what I mean? Like, bro.
Let me confess something right now. Y'all can tell me how y'all feel about it in the chat. I was always more of a fan of Just Blaze than Kanye. And that's not taking anything away from Ye. But once again, my personal preference, I'd rather rock with Just Blaze. I've always been like that. You kill me in the comments if necessary, but I've just always been a bigger Just Blaze fan.
The more I think about it, if I had to pick, we just talking beats?
Yeah, just beats.
Just beats? Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all. I think I agree. Personality, the whole overall, like I love Kanye's like that confidence, the early Kanye where he would just like would speak everything into existence. So that's what made me like Kanye so much. But yeah, Blaze production-wise, crazy. Yeah. I'm not mad at that at all.
Yeah, hey man, hey, there it is.
Yeah, I'm not mad.
There it is. All right, I feel like we got to get off Versus because even though I feel like I could actually rock with this for the whole show.
Right.
Just talk about this. But let's see. We had a question. Oh wait, please let me intern for you. I'm a marketing major and a future billionaire. I'd love to learn from you. Okay, I'm not mad at your message. I know who you are. I hit you up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, not mad at that at all, bro. Okay. I don't know. Can you find something in the chat? I'm gonna check this Airtable joint.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Usher throwback all the Beanie Sigel albums, bruh. Crazy. Throwback itself, bro. I love that record, bro. Shout out to Rico Love. First placement. First song he got placed was Usher Throwback. Crazy.
Damn, really?
Yeah, that was his first one. He told me a story basically that and I might be butchering it, I might be paraphrasing, so I'm hoping I'm getting this correct. But basically, he wanted to make more money, and Usher told him, "Hey, go write." And he wrote that, which is a classic, a classic song.
Wow. That's
How you
dope.
feel about like? Imagine your first like placement for real. It's like iconic song, bro. That would be like you couldn't, bro.
But do you feel the pressure though? I'm pretty sure you feel the pressure, whether you feel it internally or not. I'm sure labels and everybody's hitting you with pressure like immediately.
Oh yeah.
What else you got in the tuck? Like, oh, you got enough throwback on you?
I feel like that it's a good thing and a bad thing, right? Because I got a placement, right? When I did that Bieber record, I feel like production wise, I wasn't ready at all. Like I was still like underdeveloped as a producer, but the demand made me like, all right, I have to like, I gotta start getting better. So I would just get around anybody who was like great. I would ask a million questions, and that's when I started getting like, I feel like I got a lot better. Is because I had to, because everybody was like hitting me up for that time being. You know what I'm saying? To do more stuff. So it kind of forced me, but I feel like you could easily go the other way too, of where it's like you let that get to you and you kind of fail because now the pressure's on to you. So I guess it just depends on what kind of person you are.
Okay. Yeah. It makes sense. And often some people need that. Like to be honest with you, you know, they say if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Well, often people aren't ready, like in your case, but it makes you realize how not far behind you are, but you know what I'm saying, like how much more you got to be on your game than you are. And that probably prepared you to be ready for the next opportunity a little bit more.
And it wasn't that I was bad. I think the issue is I don't think people realize how many beats you have to make. Right. So I would have like a few good ones, but when you go in a meeting, you got to play 20 beats. You know what I'm saying? That are all great. That's when the issue was coming. I would have a few good ones. They'd be like, oh, these are great ideas, but I didn't have a catalog of stuff. And that's where it was like starting to become an issue. You know what I mean? So, but I learned that. I learned that real quick.
Yeah.
Like, all right, bro. Time to
it
get
takes
on it.
Those opportunities. You get in front of somebody major and you lose. I remember somehow I ended up in a meeting. This is I was probably like still a teenager. I ended up in a meeting with Bert Padell, who was I think Biggie's lawyer at the time. So we went to his office and I had to play some tracks for him, right? So I'm with a whole bunch of people, but I had my shit and it was jamming, like shit was together. That day or that week, somewhere within maybe 48 hours of that, Big Pun, Still Not a Hater remix came out with Joe. I remember riding into New York to go to the meeting and that song was breaking on the radio. And it's all anybody ever talked about. So when I got to the meeting,
oh God,
guess what people wanted to hear?
Oh God.
And I had none of that,
bro.
I'm sure if I would have came 2 hours earlier, the meeting would have been totally different. But because of what happened that day and because of what I did not have on me, that was a short meeting.
Oh yeah.
It didn't last very long.
Them be so heartbreaking.
Yeah, I was out of there in probably about 30, 35, 45 minutes.
Yeah, I will say that it's the great thing about the internet, and then I feel like it's like the downfall of the internet. It's like how older people talk about, like back in my day, when you wanted to go meet a girl, you had to go up to them, and it ain't this internet thing. I feel like it's the same thing with meetings, because don't nothing make you like your heart tough, like going to a label meeting and it had to play beats. Bro, that will make you either it's gonna break you or you turn into a cold-blooded like stone-faced killer, dog.
That's a fact.
Cause like my homeboy the other day, he was like, "Man, you don't get excited about nothing music related." And I'm like, "Bro, I don't until it comes out. I just act like it's not there, bro, because you can't."
Yeah,
you know. But them meetings will teach you that real quick. Like you be like, "All right, bro."
That's a fact. That is a super fact. There have been a few times in my life though when I was ready, and those feel
oh yeah, those are amazing. Yeah.
You know, like when I first started doing the sound design shit, and it was kind of like if you get a hit record and people like, you got another one of these? And I'm like, oh yeah, I got a couple of these. I was ready to go. But it's been just as many times where I was not ready. And I left. I drove 4 hours to leave.
Yeah, that's real. Black Metaphor says, yeah, bro, when I first got on, I had 5 good beats, bro. That's real, bro.
Come on, man.
That's real.
Yeah, that's a fact. But those things toughen you up, bro. You gotta get you gotta get better. You just gotta get better, and you gotta go through the shit to become who you really are.
Oh yeah,
that's what it comes down to.
It says skipping after 2 seconds, bro. You think we playing? You play the intro. Let that intro not be good. All right, next. All right, next. No, that ain't the vibe.
Next. Oh my God. Next. That's one of the words you grow to hate early on. Next. How could you be so cold? What are you talking about,
bro? It's like DJing and you running out of songs. It's that same pressure. It's like, bro, I only got 5 more songs left, bro, and I got 2 hours left in this party. What do I do?
Yeah, exactly. Get up out of here, bro. Get up out of here with that beat. But yeah, and I've had a few of those, quite a few of those. But hey, man, it is what it is. We got a real quick question. Someone says, would you rather make a duplicate track of an 808 than add saturation and blend it behind the original 808, or just place the plug-in auxiliary and then listen to taste, or then listen to taste? So what you're kind of describing, the method I would use is parallel saturation.
At New York.
Yeah. So New York compression, New York saturation. When you hear New York, it just means parallel. So if you have a saturator with a wet dry on it, that's going to be a parallel. And essentially what you do, and we have on soundlocal.net, there's plenty of parallel EQ, parallel compression. We got parallel everything on there. But essentially what you want to do is put the plug in, the saturator on wet, kind of make an aggressive version of what you want to do, and then use the mix, the wet dry knob to kind of blend them to taste. That's how I would do it, instead of creating 2 different tracks. And if you're in Ableton, matter of fact, funny enough,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes, sir. We were just on a Zoom joint today, and I was talking about that.
I'm ashamed, bro. I feel like my Ableton card is gonna get pulled, man.
Nah, because it's kind of an advanced technique, and like I said, the fact that you even knew of it to do means you're ahead of the game on most people. And what we're talking about is there was a track pulled up. Somebody had a track pulled up, and the effect that they were using didn't have a wet dry on it, so they were trying to make a wet dry in Ableton. I actually have a wet dry rack, and I went over on that Zoom how to create that wet dry rack. I think I might just put, for the squad, I'll just post my my copy of my wet dry rack template. And what it does is, if you have an effect that doesn't have a wet dry on it, you can just drop it into this rack I made and just move this knob. And it's essentially a wet dry knob, so it makes anything kind of anything parallel.
Yeah.
Yep. Dog, I use that joint on everything. There's another advanced one with a EQ crossover on it. So you could just affect certain frequencies, like the high end or the low end.
Right.
So yeah, I got a regular wet dry rack, and then I got the wet dry rack with the crossover on it.
Yeah, I think the reason why I couldn't remember also is because I already had the presets for it, and then I couldn't remember. I'm like, bro, why can't I remember how to do this? It's like, I ain't had to actually do this in years.
Yeah, but that's why I told him, I was like, since you made it, just name it, hit the save jump, because you're not going to want to do this again. And it comes in handy all the time.
Oh yeah, you the preset master, dog. I got that from you though. It saves so much time. Now anything, even if it's like just a clap on the 2 and the 4, bro, I have a MIDI for that. Cause I'd be so tired of programming. I'm like, bro, why do I keep programming this all the time? I could just drag this over. I mean, it cuts out 10 seconds, but still 10 seconds more I got to do something else.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. Like you do stuff like that all the time. Why not the next time you do it, just save it and put it somewhere? It's like, for instance, if you brush your teeth upstairs every day but you leave your toothbrush is in the bathroom downstairs. You got to walk up and down the steps every day to brush your teeth. It's like, why don't you just put the toothbrush in the bathroom up there? You know what I mean? So it just applies to life, but it really applies to Ableton. So
that's right.
And you see, I'm like non-apologetic. I was like, all right, now you made it, save it. Like, that's not even like a part of making it, but I'm like,
yeah, that's
I'm gonna walk you through the steps of saving it. I know you didn't ask for this, but just trust me, you'll thank yourself for this next month and every month after.
Oh, did you see Kanye West is he got a documentary apparently coming to Netflix? They sold it for $30 million.
I heard, and apparently it's from like the beginning, right?
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
To me, it seems similar to like the Biggie doc that just came out with D-Rock had all the footage from way back in the day. I hope it's like that.
I want them to do like The Last Dance. Like I want this to be like a 10-part documentary, Drake.
No, you know how fire that would be?
Bro, come on, man. Come on,
and it
man.
Got to be real too. I need to see a NPC or ASR at least once every 20 minutes.
Oh yeah.
For a while, I need to see some in the studio footage. I'm like, I don't know if I'm still the only person that's a sucker for in the studio footage on the internet, but that's still some of my favorite shit to watch.
Oh yeah. Bro, I have a playlist of like just classic beat making videos that I just like randomly just put on just because.
Yep.
And it's got everything, bro.
Oh yeah. The Alchemist joints, fire. I don't know how many people watch those joints. Rhythm Roulette. Oh, you just put on Rhythm Roulette.
Oh yeah.
You get lost all day.
Dang, have they been making those lately? I haven't seen one in a long time.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever caught a current Rhythm Roulette ever.
I mean, I'm sure they had to slow down because the whole pandemic thing.
Yeah.
That was a good show, though. That was a great show.
Yeah, that's a fact. Shout out to Master Pill.
Have you ever seen the Justin Timberlake ones where them in the studio with Pharrell and they like making Justified?
I don't know if I ever saw those.
No. Bro, them joints is fire, dog. Because you see how cold Justin is. Like Justin really in there, like writing, doing all this stuff. You like, oh snap! Like he was out here.
Yeah, dog. I got to witness that firsthand. And between the production squad and Justin writing and everything that's going on, it seems like no one's working, but just all this amazing shit is happening. It's the craziest thing you'll ever see in your life. It just seems like, I'm gonna just tap around on some beats. You just gonna mumble some stuff, and then like 2, 3, 4 hours later, it's like a iconic song that you'll hear for forever. It's amazing.
Timbo and Jace was a legendary one. The boss coming right up. I love that video, dog.
Yes. Before this show, because last show I played a playlist. I was like, oh, I like this. So I was playing. I didn't want to play a DMX playlist because that would have just made me sad. So I played a best of 10 playlist. Well, it was a Jay-Z playlist, and it turned into a best of 10 playlist. But anyway, Jay-Z is at his best 90% of the time with Tim. Though I was listening to Lobster and Shrimp. Amazing. And the thing that made me listen to that was Mad Skills was on Drink Champs. And
I gotta watch it.
Yeah. First of all, it's VA, so I had to watch it.
Oh, yeah.
Mad Skills is VA. And even, some people like, I wasn't really into Mad Skills. Even if you see somebody on Drink Champs that you're like, I don't know if I was into them, the stories that they have about other people are going to be so great. And even if it's somebody like they didn't really reach stardom in your mind, they still have stories of hanging out with Pop, hanging out with Big, being in the studio with Jay-Z and all that stuff. And Mad Skills was telling the story about how Jay-Z came in the studio looking for Tim. Tim wasn't even there. And Jay-Z just had Jimmy, shout out to Jimmy Douglas, had Jimmy pull up the beat, and it was Lobster and Shrimp. And he's like, Jay-Z had a tennis ball in his head, just kept hitting it on the floor, hitting it against the wall, back to his hand. He just kept doing that and mumbling. And then he said, like, after 15, 20 minutes, he's like, I'm ready. And Mad Skills like, oh, that's ready for what? You weren't even doing anything. And he said he went in there and killed Lobster and Shrimp, like hit the verse, like one take, everything, just like killed it.
That's crazy.
Some people are special. It's some people out there people think they're hyped up. Some people are just special, and you got to recognize it. And if you're not there to see it, you could say whatever. But if once you see it, you're like, yo, my bad.
Different. Out of all the videos, what I love the most about that 10 video is how confident he is about playing the beats. That he's telling Jay-Z, like, bro, if you don't get this, you tripping. Yes. I love that. Because, one, it's a confidence you got to get being in a studio. But it's a certain confidence you got to tell arguably the best rapper alive that you tripping.
Facts.
Like, that's a different level of confidence, bro. And I love it, bro. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh yeah, he get it. He know what's up.
That's and it comes from having a good relationship too.
And the fact that every beat that Tim played in that Black Album joint got placed. Every one of those beats end up being a record.
Yep.
That's wild. Yeah.
man, crazy. But yeah, Jehovah. But yeah, that lobster shrimp was amazing, bro. Amazing.
Yes, sir. Bro, Ron Leslie pioneered the cook up videos. I wouldn't say that.
He did some of the best ones though. That's for sure.
I feel like he made it popular. Like, man, I was a part of the. He had NS for Life, Next Selection. I was part. You could pay like a little membership fee and get like exclusive videos. Bro, I was with it, bro. But he wasn't the first. He won't. You know what I mean? Like the Heat Makers had a bunch of joints with Smack DVD. A bunch of these people had them early in the game.
Yeah. Shout out to Ryan Leslie. You call when you order a trumpet and it comes to your door.
Yeah, that's such a flex, bro.
The black car. It was too crazy.
Yeah, that's a classic one. That is like internet history.
Ryan Leslie seemed like the people in the old soap operas. They would just be in their living room at home, but they were having like a tuxedo or evening gown.
Oh yeah.
That's Ryan Leslie to me. Like he just woke up and put on a suit and went in his studio in his house.
Bro, I know he was hot in that studio. I know he was hot, bro.
Had to be. You had a blazer on, bro.
Mm-hmm.
A blazer.
It's about 2 shots of Hennessy in, dog. You can't keep that whole suit on, dog. That's a wrap. You know what I mean? You about to pass out in there doing all that dance.
Dog, if you ever seen anybody with a mink coat on, y'all seen Ron Isley? Man, people don't move when they got them joints.
Yeah, you just got to sit still. Ryan was out here wilding, bro.
My man playing drums, he making dance moves. Like, bro, you hot. You super hot in that joint.
See, now these videos are only branded videos producers are doing other than cars and jewelry. Yeah, the internet, it goes through phases, man. It gets a little weird. It gets a little weird at times. Beat making videos lost me. I'm gonna go back when I saw a dude with the no shoes and had the sock. I was just like, bro, come on, man. Certain stuff that it's just at a point, man. We just gotta get out of here, bro. I don't want to see your feet and you showing your toes while you're making a beat. It's like, bro, what's the point of this? I'm not into this at all.
No, that's a real thing. It's some people just take something and like, all right, I'm gonna just try to put my twist on it. But even at a certain point, it's been twisted up. It's been twisted out. Unless you're gonna do something really groundbreaking, it could kind of come off as crazy when you're making a beat on the high dive and then at the end of the beat jump off the high dive or something like that. It gets a little crazy. But we have a question that's actually related to that.
Okay.
And it says, for a beginning producer, what's an example of effective content that you could post besides beat making videos if you're not nice on the keys or if you're not nice on the drum pads? Two things come to mind immediately. One of them is you could always offer value in the form of tips. Now, you don't have to go as far as being like a Busy Works and have a whole tutorial thing that comes out every day because Busy is a workhorse. But you know a lot about something. You know what I mean? It could be. I was talking to somebody yesterday in a consultation, and it's like certain people brand themselves off of the simplest things, but they just know, like everyone knows how to quantize. But if you just did a million videos on quantizing, you'd be like, oh, that's the quantized guy right there. So just something that you know a lot about and offering tips. It may be something that you know that some people don't know. So you could always add some value. And honestly, for traffic, and this is gonna sound funny, some people are gonna laugh. Memes.
Oh, bro, my best posts are always memes, and I hate it.
Yeah, it sucks, but if you have a strategy for it, like if you just post me, like I post memes, but it's great filler content. It lifts people's spirits. People like to laugh, and it draws traffic from the people that you want to get into your network. You understand? So now because the question said effective content. Now that's effective for traffic. Now don't just only post memes, have other stuff mixed in there. But I mean, tips, memes, y'all tell me if I'm missing anything. I'm just going off the top. But there are a few things that you could post as effective content as a producer, and it don't have to be you on the high dive making a beat on an OP1 and then jumping off the high dive. It don't have to be that.
Right. I will say, so I got a mentor, right? You probably heard me talk about a name, Matty J, right?
Yes,
if
sir.
y'all ever seen like business people, you'll see him. But me and Maddie been cool for a minute. He's always like helped me business wise, right? And he's all his whole thing is document the process, right? And use that to learn from it. But it's also great content. Now, I'm terrible at making content. I'm not gonna cap. I'm not the greatest at making content. I haven't been consistent with it, but it's because I always had more other stuff that I felt was more important. But even with the podcast, it's wild because my homeboy hit me the other day. He's like, man, y'all really out here like killing the content game. I'm like, what you talking about? He's like, man, the podcast clips and all this stuff. And I be forgetting because thankfully we got a team, man. So a lot of the stuff I don't have to do.
Yeah,
I don't manually have to do it. So it just happens. So I'd be forgetting. Sometimes I'd be like looking at the clips like, oh snap, this oh, that was a good clip. You know what I mean? But using something like long form and then cutting it up makes it a lot easier than trying to do. So like we're going to do the podcast anyway, right? So for us, it's like you could take the clips, you could use those, you can make blogs from topics that we do. You know what I'm saying? It's so many ways to flip that content that's already out there, you know? Yeah. So I would try to focus on that. Find one thing that you could be consistent with, like doing the podcast, which we always hear, you know what I'm saying? And then use that content to make other content from it. I feel like that's the easiest way to be consistent because that's the one thing I could be consistent with. But then if you want me to make like tutorials and all that stuff, yeah, that ain't happening. It just don't work for me. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. Nicholas Cork had a great question in relation to that. He said, guys, are you going crazy working on the phone all day? No. And that's another part of like what Trezor was saying, like something that you can continue to do or something that's sustainable. You have to find out ways to make it sustainable. Like for instance, Instagram. I'm not gonna lie. I got mixed feelings about Instagram. I don't like to be on Instagram like that, but I post 3 times a day. There are apps out there. Shout out to later.com. Might give up the sauce. Later.com and other apps like that where you could just post, you could schedule stuff to post. And that way you don't have to be on your phone every time you want to post something. Like on Sundays, you can just schedule all your posts for the week or the next couple of days.
Right.
And that'll save you because it saves me from a few things. Number one, of course, having to post something when I might want to be, I don't know, spending time with my wife or, something like that. And it saves you from getting sucked into the Instagram thing, like the whole rabbit hole. Because like for me, I get like not like an anxiety, but just being 100% transparent. Like you get, like I said, I might want to be out eating or at a function or doing something fun that's not work related, but I get on Instagram to post something. Then you start scrolling, you see people working, you see people doing this, doing that, because nobody ain't doing shit on Instagram when they post. And then I get the feeling of, damn, I want to go work now. I want to do this instead of enjoying where I am. And after that feeling so long, I'm like, there has to be a better way. And, then we found out about Later and other things where you could post. And if you can have somebody on your team that might be able to help assist you with posting, shout out to the team, shout out to Realistic and everybody else. But just figure out ways for you to do it consistently, be sustainable, but not drive yourself crazy, like Nicholas said in his question.
Thanks, bro. The first person I'm looking to hire is a social media manager. Because I don't want to look at it. I want it to be consistent. I just want to check and make sure it's right. And I don't want to overthink it, because when it's just me, I have a tendency to overthink stuff or try to overdo too much stuff. Like, I could just add this step and this could be this and this could be that. And I'm learning that if I delegate, it's just easier for me. One, I'm helping somebody else make money. They're helping me be more productive. You know what I mean? So it's like a win-win. So that's what I'm looking for. Yeah. So delegate, man.
Yeah, that's dope. Delegation is good, getting somebody on your team. And you pointed out something that's very important. Helping somebody make money. Now, I'm not saying you get a social media manager. You may work out a barter system, or you may work something else out. But this leads me to another thing that I wanted to talk about last week. And it's, if you want to be the head of your brand and your brand wants to be a company and you want to be the leader or the boss or whatever you want to call it, you have to get comfortable with 2 things. One is delegation, as Trezor mentioned, and the second one is paying people.
Thanks.
if you have an aversion to paying people, or your stomach gets in the knots when you start paying people, it's nothing wrong with you. It's you may not be used to it. But the thing is, if you want what you say you want, one of the things you have to get comfortable with is paying people. Believe me, on the first, I'm paying.
I love it. It's crazy because Oracle will send me, we send each other money back and forth because
that's a fact.
He'll send me money. I'll be like, oh, I got you. Yours is on the way. And then I end up sending some of the money back or vice versa. But it's like, that's what we do. It's like, we all making money together, break bread.
Yeah. Exactly. And I'm like, on the first, you should find a way in your mind. And this is what I did, or what I had to do. Find a way in your mind, like be happy for the people that you pay. And it sounds kind of crazy, but I just put myself in their shoes. Even if the person doesn't need the money, it's like, man, that's a bill. I would be pumped if somebody just sent me some money for a bill, which, Trezor, when we send the money back and forth, when you send me my bread, I'm like, oh, I can knock out this, that, boom, boom, boom with the bread.
Light bill.
And I get excited because on the first, I'm paying like 6-7 people. And it's a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm excited. And of course, if I'm paying people, that means that there was money made, and I also made money. So it's not like you're just paying people for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, get comfortable with that, man, and actually turn it into something that's a joy for you to do.
Bro, and ask Oracle. I'm famous. Any app that will shortcut anything, I will buy it. Even if I have one similar. Bro, me and Oracle have bought 3, I want to maybe say 3 or 4 of the same program. It does the same thing. It's just I'm trying to find the best one.
Oh yeah, you've been on it,
bro. And I love it. I'm so glad I did it. Because it's been worth every penny. I would do it again.
No, it's smart. Oh, I wanted to say, you fucked up my night the other night in a good way. Because when I talked to you, I was like, "Yo, I'm making some drums for for whatever we're doing." Ben Travis 6 on the way. Yeah, yes, did we say it last week? I don't think we did, but I think I just said it.
Oh yeah, it's here.
Anyway, yeah, Ben Travis 6 on the way. So I'm like, yo, I'm making these drums, and then we start talking about the shit that you talking about. Guess what I did for the rest of the night, bro?
On it, bro.
I figured it out. Remember, I was like, I can't get my formula down right. Got the formula.
It worked better,
bro. I looked up. It was time for me to be waking up. I got to wake up at least by 5.
Oh,
right? I try to wake up at 4. I got to wake up at least by 5. I looked, bro. It was 3:47 in the morning. I was like, damn you, Trezor.
my bad, cuz.
That's all good. I just stayed up,
Young DJ MacGyver, what up, bro?
That's my brother. What up? My man said I pay every week. Hey, man, that's what it is.
Stimulate the economy, my brother.
Add value to somebody. If you're fortunate enough to be in a place where you could help yourself, honestly, you're helping yourself because you're bringing people on that need things, but they're helping you. I'm just saying, just be grateful for paying people, and the fact that you can be in a position to be generating any income where any of you are making money and helping each other out. I think that's just an amazing thing. I didn't have enough money to pay myself anything at a certain point. So the fact that there are people on the team and I can pay them and likewise money flowing back and forth, man, I'm grateful for you, grateful for everybody involved.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like how we got the system set up. It's like, me and Oracle, instead of being like, we gonna compete against each other, it's like, if Oracle got something going on, I'm gonna help him. I got something going on, he helped me. Come on, we send them checks each month. Everybody wins.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick, I was talking about this in my consultation yesterday too. If you are a producer in here and it's your first time in here, a lot of people always say you should have at least one person or a group of people that you could bounce stuff off of. I think I use the example like I hate doing creative like graphic stuff. That's not even my thing. So if I got 2 things, I'm like, I don't know which one is better. I don't know which way to go. I used to sit for 2-3 hours like, damn, A or B or B or A. I'm like, I'll just call Trezor. Trezor be like, yo, the second one. I'm like, yo, thanks. Boom. Now back on with my life. And that's the benefit of having at least one person that you could bounce ideas off of and nothing else. So what I was saying is if it's your first time in here or you are that person that needs somebody to bounce ideas off of, or just y'all share information back and forth, in the chat, just put a 111 if you're willing to be the person that someone can bounce ideas off of, or you share information with them. And everybody put a 111 in there. Y'all need to link up with each other.
Oh yeah, network.
Yeah, and network. And like I said, it don't have to be deep. Y'all ain't got like, all right, let's plan a business together. But just sometimes you get stuck. Hey man, this hi-hat or that hi-hat, or just anything. Save yourself the time, because if you want to be as big as many of us say that we are, you're gonna need people around to lessen the load. And this is a perfect community. And I feel like there are a lot of people in here that need somebody. And just so here's the thing that's going to link people up. So if you're willing to bounce ideas off somebody, or just help somebody with information, y'all trade information back off. It could be a whole group or whatever. Just put 111s in there, and everybody that sees a 111 and you're 111, man, connect, DM each other. You just never know what could happen. Hey, shit, if anything, you won't be going A or B for 3 hours like me. You know,
that is right. So, okay, we got two comments that are kind of related. So, your buddy says, "Yo, any producers in here want to network, bounce ideas, looking for like-minded people?" So, yeah, please, y'all all link up, do the Power Rangers. It's morphin' time. Make a Zoid. You know what I'm saying? And then you know what I mean.
Make a Zoid.
And then Boots and Cat says, "Yo, when is the Discord coming?"
Well,
so we never talked about it. He just, no. I guess he just he was on point.
Yeah, he just knew the Discord is coming real soon. By the way, that page, not the Discord, you know the page I'm talking about. That joint got made yesterday. I'll share the login and all that.
Oh, dope. Okay, yeah. So
she did that.
So I guess we go ahead and talk about it. So we're trying to make a community. So it's gonna be a Discord. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be some, situations like this where people want to network, talk producer stuff, any new stuff that's happening in the news, all that stuff is going to be in one spot. Everybody can link up, help each other, super positive vibes. So that's coming soon. We got it built. We got everything built out. It's just now, I guess, making it all polished and put together, but everything's built out. So it's just a matter of time. Yeah. But I think it's going to be dope for the community.
It definitely will. Wait, we wanted to ask everybody here something today.
Oh yeah.
Okay, bet. So I brought up, and this is full transparency because y'all the squad. Day one people, y'all just day one squad. You initiated now. You can't get out. You gotta get jumped out. But so we're doing bench rap in 6, and of course it's gonna be as great as we're gonna put our all into it to make it a great series like it has been. But we wanted to offer a little something extra this time around. And one of the things we thought about doing is a PDF, right? So a PDF will come with it. Now, would you all rather see a PDF of technical?
Hold on. Okay. I was gonna say before, I think that they should put in the chat because I feel I don't want to restrain them, and then they say something, and I'll be like, oh, you get what I'm saying?
Smart.
So if y'all needed to know anything in like a manual little book put together for you, what would you need to know? So we could kind of build that out and figure out. Because we have some ideas, but I don't want to take how you got to do the control. You know what I mean?
Smart. Yes.
So any suggestions, guys, let us know, because this is for you guys. It's gonna be whatever gems y'all need to help y'all out. That's what we're trying to do. So yeah, let us know in the chat, please.
Yeah. Facts.
And if not, then I guess we could say the ideas.
Yeah. So what type of information would you all like in the PDF?
Yeah, let us know, please, because I'm trying to knock that out this weekend.
Yes, sir. I'm trying to get all my stuff accomplished early this weekend, and then have the rest of my weekend be like Paul Pierce weekend.
Points.
I get points for that. I'm just trying to live life like Paul Pierce over the weekend, bro.
Hey man, I don't know how your wife would feel about that one. You might want to not Paul Pierce it up. You might get in trouble for that one.
Maybe half of Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
I'll just be Paul.
Yeah, Celtics Paul Pierce, not the one that got stabbed up, Paul Pierce, but after that.
Yeah. Got you. Good point. But yeah, that's all I'm trying to do. So as people put that stuff into the chat, we got to go back for that. But we have a question that says, if you lease beats, what kind of wording would you use to let the client know that they don't own anything outright unless they purchase it? Yada, yada, yada. My advice to you, I'll give you two pieces of advice. Number one, know what your bottom lines are. Know how you want it to go first. Because a lot of times, and I'll get into the second piece of advice, is people look for, okay, let me see what such and such is doing. Let me see what other people are doing, which is not a bad thing. And that's actually step two. But step one, what do you want to happen? Like the person that worded this question is like, let them know they don't own anything outright unless they purchase, blah, blah, blah. So you having your idea, certain things that you need to put in there. The second step, just look around. To be honest with you, you're not the first person to do this, and there's nothing wrong with doing a little R&D, a little research and development. See what other people are doing. You already know what you want. Now you see what other people might be doing. You may get an idea that you didn't think of, or like, oh, you know, I didn't think of including that, or whatever, and then just formulate something that's a mixture of the two, because you don't just want to go out and like copy somebody's license fee or whatever, because they might not be saying, they might not want
what you want.
Yeah, but you know, just figure out the word and kind of, you know, kind of flip it. Use it as a head start. Don't copy it. Use
understand why.
Start. Great. Yes, exactly. Understand why you want it, but that's how I would do it.
We got some good ones in here too. I'm over here copying while you talking. I'm over here copying and pasting all this into a little note. Nice. I'm actually now more confused than I was.
So we got to have another conversation about this.
Yeah, I'm actually a little more confused about which one to go, because it's a lot of good ideas in here.
Like we said last night, man, you never know. You just never know what people are going to want.
We might have to make a few. And dog, these are all ones that I would have never thought of. That's why I was like, oh, snap.
Yo, is it just safe to say that we just don't know?
Bro, I'm telling you, the best stuff. And even with beats, bro. It's only a few times where I'm like, this is the one. Sometimes it'd be the ones where I'd be like, this is the one you want? It would be like, I think it's cool. And then people go crazy about that one. I'd be like, bro, this is the one? I like this one over here way more, but you know.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
I suck at that.
You know who's good at predicting? Diego, bro. If Diego tells me that this is the one, he hasn't been wrong. Since I've known him, every time he'd be like, yo, this is one of those ones, it always gets placed.
I can see that.
Every time, bro.
Person, man.
Oh, yeah. He going crazy. And, hey, and shout out to Chambers, bro. My dog Chambers out here, bro.
Chambers got another one?
Bro, come to death row, man. You know what I mean? We ain't all in the videos and stuff, but
hey, listen.
Hey, man, my dog is working. He got one on Shot Glizzy, Young DMV.
Facts.
And then he got some big ones coming out. He got some joints I can't talk about yet, but it's gonna be some stuff on there. So I'm proud of my boy, man. He out here, man.
All right. Shout out to Young Chambers, man. My air horn is on like delay time. There we go. Oh, now we popping. So while people still put stuff in the chat, I had a random thought. I had a lot of those this week. If you're a songwriter and you were in the studio and it was after, let's say, the year 1982, 84, if you wrote the lyrics, I can't get you off my mind, think about you all the time, for the 1000th time in history, do you feel confident telling people that you just wrote that? You know what we should say right here, y'all? I can't get you off my mind, think about you all the time. Are you like, yeah, I bodied that?
I snapped. Give me my publishing.
Dog, how many times has that been used in R&B songs?
Bruh, it's like the go-to. It's like, where did we start writing the songs? Like, you know what? I can't get you off my mind.
That lyric has been... I was listening to a Sean Paul song the other day, and that lyric was in it.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about it. I know exactly what you're talking about.
That lyric is in a billion songs. So I'm just saying, past a certain age, past a certain year, you had to be like, we really just stuck. I'm gonna just put in the tried and true joint. Don't judge me for it, because you can't feel like you bodied it in 1997. Right, and I can't get you off my mind. Think about you all the time. I feel like they would kick you out the studio, but apparently no one ever rejects that line.
Bro, it must work, bro.
Yeah, I guess, bro. I guess, but the Jackson 5. I think they did All I Do Is Think of You. Mm-hmm. That was whatever year that was. It was in that song. I'm pretty sure that had to be like 70 something.
Oh yeah, they need somebody getting their publishing.
To this day, people are still getting that lyric off.
That's wild.
But the confidence you would have to be like, I got it. This is what I'm gonna say.
You know what? This is gonna break the internet.
Woo, boy, your confidence. Jeez, Louise.
Oh, yeah, while we doing shout outs, shout out to Trev Rich, bro. So did you listen to Joe Budden's last podcast?
Not the whole thing.
Okay, so at the end, one of the sleepers they play, Parks plays it, a dude named Trev Rich. So Trev, we stayed in the same apartments in college, right? So, you know, in college, they have like those combined, so everybody got their own room, and you got the shared. So that's how I met Trev originally. And my first studio session, like major studio session, was because of Trev. So to see where he's like at, bro, and like progressing is great, man. He just dropped the album, and it's, bro, I think you would enjoy it, Oracle.
Really?
It's a little boom bap and a little 808s. So you know what I'm saying? It's a good balance of both of them. It's more my steez. I don't like too much boom bap, and I don't like I can't front. I do like a lot of 808, but a balance, I'm great. So yeah, if y'all haven't, check out Trevor Rich Project, man. That's the homie. Proud of my guy, man.
Man, I'm gonna have to check him out, man. Shout out to Trevor Rich for sure. Yo, just delay. There we go. Killing me, man. It's killing me.
He said, "Little TJ going crazy with that line." Oh, is it? I didn't even know he used it.
See, dog, 2021. That line is still out here being used like it's brand new,
bro.
Always works. I ain't gonna lie. If you got a ladies, if you got a man, just say that to them. I can't get you on my mind. I think about you all the time, and just see what they say. Apparently, that joint just works.
Somebody about to come up off of that one. Somebody might have a good weekend.
For real.
I was bumping Donnell Jones' album Where I Want to Be, and most records start with that line. Damn, bro. You really just discovered something. I'm about to
yes, that's a real thing.
I'm about to be an R&B singer. Now I just gotta learn how to sing.
There you go.
Almost there.
There you go. Just recycle 2 bars at a time, bro.
Yeah, man.
You be out there. Yeah.
Okay, this is an interesting comment. What do you think about new era producers only using FL Studio and PCs with Windows 7 and they making millions?
I see nothing wrong with it,
bro.
Why would I?
Why not?
Use what you got to get where you want.
Hey, man, if it's working, hey, why not? I mean, the times of having a crazy studio is over with, right? And as soon as you're more comfortable with that, it's like, all right, cool. I'm gonna take. And the fact that they can make millions with such a minimal setup, it's great. You know what I mean?
Yes. Hey, man, listen, the barrier to entry continued to get lower. And in some instances, people look at it as a bad thing, but in some instances, it's a great thing. Because if you look at these people, a lot of them are making millions with this, but they're making good music. They're providing for their families. And that's because they could do it with only a program that costs a couple $100 or no $100. I'm not here to judge. That's not what I'm doing today.
No torrent judgment.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not here to judge you.
Unless you bootlegging our stuff, and then I'm judging. And I'm hitting you with them, what is it, DCMA? What is
there
it?
You go.
Bro.
Yeah. Yep. DCMA.
I had to do a few of them joints. They took them joints off so quick.
Bro, they so crafty though. I tried to do one, and then you get to who owned the website, and it's owned by another website that's over here in this country that's owned by another website. I'm like, bro,
I said that joint was gone. Bro, I pressed send, and within 5 minutes, that joint was gone off the website.
Some people don't want no smoke.
Yeah, because I was there for the smoke, cuz.
Yeah. Let's see. Sampling tips and tricks that you use most of the time. Let's see. Okay, here's a sampling tip or trick with hardware on my hardware people out here. Hell, you could probably even use this for certain plugins. Old school SP1200 sampling trick, where if you have something that colors sound, let's say a bit reducer, you run a sample through it with the effect on it. That's cool. Run the sample through it at double the speed. So pitch it up 1 octave or pitch it up 2 octaves. Run your sample through the plugin, and then pitch it back down to normal speed. And what you get is whatever effect you put on it is greatly exaggerated by the amount of whatever 1 octave or 2 octaves is. So you can have a light coloration. And I'll like on my Korg MS1, this is what I tell everybody who gets one. Sample at double, like a octave up or 2 octaves up through the like 24 kilohertz sample rate or something like that, and then pitch it back down. It's gonna sound super amazing. And that's why the SP1200, the stuff that a lot of stuff that people put in there, especially the samples, that's why they sound like they sound, because of the short sample time. It only had like 10.5 seconds or 10.3 seconds. So you had to sample records at double speed to try to maximize on the short amount of sample time, and then you pitch them back down, and then you get the exaggerated sound of whatever was going on inside the SP1200. That's how you get the ring modulation and all of that stuff. So just take that. I take that and I apply it to certain plugins. I apply it to other hardware. Like I said, my Korg MS1 is great for making lo-fi type stuff. That's a sampling tip and trick. And for the more modern people that may use Ableton, if you use Ableton 11, make a rack with a lot of effects in it, adjust them to something that's dope, and now you can use you can save a preset of your whole rack. You know, just map everything to your macro knobs, and then you can save a preset of your whole rack. You know, certain presets, and then you can just call them up. So you can have an EQ in there, a saturator, a reverb, and blah, 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 blah. You set them all how you want. That's one preset. Boom, you save it. Hit randomize it if you want, or just reset them to something else. Save that. That's the second preset. And now you got macros. It's like now you got presets of multiple plugins all together. So it's essentially your own preset because it's made of different plugins. That may be a little wordy, but people out there, you kind of get what I'm saying.
Nicholas Cork says Trizza can't sing Oracle. See, what had happened was, right, is that my auto tune, you know how sometimes you put the auto tune and be in the wrong key. So what happens is when I was born, my natural auto tune is just in the wrong key. But one day I'm gonna figure out how to put it in the correct key. You know what I'm saying? Right now it's just a little pitchy. That's all. That's all. You know what I mean?
Don't worry about it.
That's what happened.
Can you sing at all?
No, bro. It's in my head. It sounds great. I know where it's supposed to go, but my vocal cords don't allow it to go there. You know what I mean? So it's a struggle. You know what I mean? But it's probably for the best because I probably would have been trying to sing and do all that stuff, and I don't need to. I'm cool right here, marketing and making beats and doing that stuff. So yeah, I'm glad.
No me.
Or I'd be like Sick Pan singing nonstop. All my friends that sing, that's all they do. I'm like, yo, stop singing about scoring a basket in 2K. Like, I don't want to hear this, dog. Like, and you're putting harmonies on it. Just talk to me regular.
How you one person singing and you're doing harmonies too?
Right. It's like, is that a loop?
Right. I hate you. Yeah, you got a loop machine over there. You're just making up songs about you on the fly.
Yeah, dog. All right, what else we got? You see Young Thug, Lil Wayne in the studio, which is interesting because, you know, they had that whole
beef thing. Whole barter.
And then the whole shooting thing. It was the whole thing.
That matters, yes.
Yeah. So, hey, I'm glad. Hey, anytime people ain't beefing and they getting together and they doing stuff, I'm happy.
That's a fact.
Let's get the money.
That's a fact. Link up.
Yes,
up.
Sir.
No beef. No beef.
Yeah, we off the beef stuff. No beef. We vegan out here.
That's a fact. I do think once you get to a certain, I want to say a certain age in life, but it could be just a certain place in your career, you kind of get just too old for beef. And a lot of shit that you would beef with somebody about, it don't matter no more. And you gotta let it go. You just gotta let it go. And I say it's not necessarily an age thing with people, because if you started as a kid like Wayne did, but you've been in it for 20 something whatever years, you know, it just like, you know, I've been beefing with niggas for 12 years. Let me just hang up. A lot of times it ain't worth it. And the things that you might have been beefing with somebody about, it was because they might have done something to you or you ain't even on that no more. Whatever it was about, you ain't even into that anymore. So like you ain't into that girl no more. You ain't talked to that girl in 20 years. You're not still beefing with this dude at all.
Someone says Brazil. Shout out to Brazil.
Yes, sir. Somebody says 3:00 in the morning where they are.
Oh, snap.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, that's dedication.
Yes, indeed.
Yo, Brazil, as soon as this Rona over with, I'm trying to pull up, dog. Every time I see Brazil, I'm like, yeah, that place looks made up. It looks so beautiful that it looks made up.
Yeah. That's a fact.
So I'm trying to go. I'm trying to travel, dog.
Yeah. Okay, so someone says, is it a good idea to put my beats on YouTube for people just to use it? I was going to let anyone just use it for the hell of it, just to get my name out there. Or should I just trash that idea? Not all my beats, just a select few. I'm not mad at that. My thing is this. You don't know what strategies are going to work until you test them at least a little bit. If it's anything we talk about a lot, it's tested.
See, I have experience with this, right? I have experience with this. So, and it's been a while. I've been out the selling beats online game, but at one point I was like, let me try it again. So I got lots of views, right? And lots of downloads, but people weren't clicking to buy, right? I would get a bunch of inquiries, but nobody was serious, right? Mm-hmm. And part of it, I feel like now me knowing more marketing stuff and understanding how all this stuff works, it was partly my fault, but you're going to get a lot of that. You're going to get the conversion rate is going to be wild, bro. Like it's going to be like 5% of the people that convert, right? But that's really all you need. You just need to, it's more a numbers game. But you have to think of, if you're going to put that free beat on YouTube, you have to think of it like almost like an ad, right? So with Facebook ads, the key to it is you're selling the click and you're not selling the product on the ad. The ad is the whole job of your Facebook ad is to get the person to click the ad to go to that landing page. Then the landing page job is to sell the product, right? So in the YouTube scenario, the YouTube video or whatever you're doing and how you word everything, the job is to get people to click to get to your beat store. Yes. And then your beat store job is to sell the beat. So once you think of it like that, then I feel like you'll do a lot better. But just throwing them up there and not pushing towards that click you're gonna have some issues.
Yeah, you got to have a strategy. It's the free sample at the mall type deal. Like these people ain't out here giving away food, just give away. They want you to taste it and say, "Hey, I like your restaurant." And then they go eventually buy something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But have a way to track. That's how people mess up. You push the click, even give away something, get people to click. So that way you have a way to follow up and do all that stuff.
Okay. So now you really got into something that I was talking about recently too, is even with having those types of strategies and all that, you have to have somewhere to send people. Because like that whole strategy is based off of driving traffic. Well, where are you sending people?
Right.
Do you have an email list? Do you have your website? Listen, man, having a website is crucial. I know a lot of people want to be on BeatStars. Shout out to BeatStars. Nothing wrong with that and all that, but you gotta have your own foundations and your own real estate. Get your own website, get your own email list. Sooner than later, get a Facebook pixel. And it may all sound daunting, but just do it one step at a time.
One at a time.
Because one day you're gonna look up and you're gonna be like, damn, how the hell did I get here? Now I'm doing Facebook ads and this, that, and the third. But it's one step at a time. But it all falls back on a lot of times when you want to do something, it's to try to get people to go somewhere or to know about you. So you got to have somewhere to send them that you own. You don't own Instagram, you don't own YouTube, you don't own any of that stuff. So it's just something to keep in the back of your mind, but just don't wait too late. You know what I mean?
Like I'm not sure on BeatStars. I'm guessing no, but I don't know. They might have this, but you like to have a pop-up, like an exit intent pop-up. So you ever be on a website and you about to leave and they be like, hey, get this. Like I'm guessing, and I might be wrong. So if I'm wrong, please let me know. I don't assume that you could do that on BeatStars, which would be important. If I'm giving away something for free, you want to have some way to catch people who land on that page. You get what I'm saying? It's all these little things that you want to have. So BeatStars is great for what it is, that platform. And I think you should have both. I think you should have your own thing and you should have BeatStars or Airbit or whatever everybody's using now. And even the funnel thing. Like, don't sleep on that either. But I think owning the traffic, and even like you were saying, like the pixel sooner or later, we both were lucky because we didn't know how Facebook ads work, but we both had a pixel.
Yep.
And we just had it sitting. So the whole time we're collecting data. So when we actually learned how to use all the stuff, it won't like we were starting from zero. We actually had like a decent amount of stuff to start from.
Yes.
And then it went a lot easier. But if you start from zero, then it's going to be tough running ads and doing all that stuff.
Yes. You're right. And for those people that don't know what a Facebook pixel is, don't feel crazy about not knowing. But just know if you get a website, get a Facebook business account, and just look up how to get a Facebook pixel and how to put it on, Shopify or Wix or whatever you're using, and just put it on your site. And what it's essentially going to do is, even though you may not be getting sales, you may not even be getting a lot of traffic, it's there. And as people come to your site and as they buy things and just visit or whatever, you're getting that data from those people. And next thing you know, you may have 2 years worth of some type of data. And that's going to really benefit you when you really get into the game. Even if you don't think you're going to get into it anytime soon, it's something real easy to do. Just have it, let it collect data, let it work for you, and one day it may pay off.
That's fact.
I'm so happy we did that early, bro.
Boots and Cat says data is the new oil in the information age. I want to say data is the most valuable commodity. I feel like I saw that somewhere. Yeah, I believe it though. If I knew what I knew about data now, back in the day, I would have been on this, bro. I would have, because I see the difference when you got the data and you understand how to use it, and then you don't got the data. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. So hey, to start early, one at a time. Pick one thing. If it's email list, hey, MailChimp, Klaviyo, whatever you want to start with. You know what I mean? Get that set up, figure that out, and then go to the next thing.
Dope. We got a good question. I think this is good. How do you implement the time to learn about research, marketing, and advertising for your brand? Should you do that before you start to build your brand, or do both simultaneously? I would say do both simultaneously, because the thing is, you can learn a lot of stuff. And if you spend let's say you want to know everything about marketing and all that stuff, how long is it going to take you to learn that? Let's say a year, you become a marketing beast, but you haven't put any of that into practice. I'm the type of person, and I know you're the type of person as well. We'll learn about something and then we'll try to implement it as soon as possible.
Right.
Get some type of real world experience to it. Also link it with other stuff that you know and see what it can become. And I don't really think that it's an either or thing. Something is going to need more attention than the other at any given point in time, but you don't want to be full over here and zero over here.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't want to be marketing value rich, but brand poor, or vice versa.
Right.
You know what I mean? So just kind of do both. And the one thing I learned from the book, The One Thing, shout out to Gabe who put me onto that. Shout out to Legion Gabe. Is that nothing, when people say how do you balance certain things, nothing is ever really balanced. I think I gave this example. Like if you look at somebody that's juggling, they're not balancing all three things. They're managing one thing in their hand and there are two other things in the air. So essentially what people call balance is you focusing on one thing while other things are off balance temporarily. But the thing is, as you get each thing more established, the longer they can be off balance without your input. So basically, the longer the other two balls can stay in the air. You know what I mean? So saying all that to say, it's going to feel like you're working on one part more than the other part, but just monitor where everything is and make sure you just keep applying yourself to both of them.
And like how I do it, I'm like a course hoarder. Like I have courses about everything, right? If I told y'all how many terabytes of courses I have, y'all would be ashamed. I don't even know if it's something to be ashamed of. I'm guessing that it's probably about 3 terabytes that I probably got in the past year of courses, right? But how I use them, right, is I get them, I put them all in one spot. And then if I'm learning, like, so if I'm doing Facebook ads, I just go into search, type in Facebook ads, and then I find all the relevant stuff for that one thing. So I'm only doing one thing at a time. I never really take the whole courses at once. I just find the one section I need, focus on that one thing, learn how to do it, get that done, and then I'm off to the next thing. And I just have a list of like, all right, this is the order. I want to get all this stuff done. First thing is, all right, how do I set up this? And then I find every information, every YouTube video I can about it, go through it, learn how it works, understand it, All right, cool. I got that. On to the next thing. And I just do that every day. I mean, at this point, it's like I don't even really watch TV anymore. I mean, because this is fun for me too. I mean, it's a job, but
Yeah.
I actually enjoy like marketing and learning all this stuff. So, it's like a balance. Like instead of listening to a podcast, I'll do one business thing for an hour and then I'll listen to something else fun after that. So if you do it that way, I feel like you'll start picking up stuff really quick, but you got to do it afterwards. That's the key. You can't just listen to it and not do it. You have to like put in action.
Young call shouting.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what we got?
The beat guy says, what is the best way to set that website up? I don't know if that would be an interesting PDF. Like, I'm not mad at that one though.
Could be. There's definitely good information for people.
I think he was genuinely asking, and I mean, we can give him an answer, but that might be a dope little PDF too, like a little marketing
facts
gems.
I would say it depends on the platform, honestly. And if you use Shopify, if you use Wix, if you use what's another one, Squarespace, I don't know what people are using out there, but just YouTube it. Just hit the young YouTube, but that might be an interesting PDF right there.
Booster says, I downloaded 30 courses from Torrent, all worth $500 courses. Or the self-education is the wave. I guess it's always been. The views and the views and actions of Boots and Cass is not.
You hear them sirens?
You seen them little memes where it's like when the police kick through the door, it's like FBI.
Facts. Yeah, exactly. Listen, I don't know what y'all got in here, but go ahead and flush it. Boots and Cass and call the police.
Yeah, but I do say, hey, learn something. Get some courses, man.
That's a fact. I had a random thought the other day while I looked for other questions, but I think I answered it. What came first, singers rapping or rappers singing?
Wait, okay, hold on. Say this again.
What came first, singers rapping or rappers singing?
Ooh,
I figured it out, but let's see what you guys think.
My guess is singers rapping because it made me think of what's her name, Blondie.
Yeah, it is singers rapping. Blondie's a good one. I thought about Tina Marie, Square Biz. She rapped in that. Yeah. So back in the day, way before rappers were singing, singers were rapping. Singers were rapping early 80s, early to mid 80s, something like that. Maybe late 80s. Who knows? But yeah, singers rapping for sure.
And now it's like everything is rappers singing.
Well, everything is rappers singing and singers kind of rapping. A little bit. Like, okay. Now, rappers who going more towards singing is greater than singers going towards rapping. But if you think about it, like singers but genres have kind of split now. But singers would like sing. Like Kelly Price, bottom of the stomach, sing loud, belt out notes, singing. Now, a lot of mainstream singers, it's more monotone. It's more of a rhythmic cadence similar to rap. A lot of it is indistinguishable, honestly. Some people that's just kind of 50-50. And I see nothing wrong with it. It's not a knock on it. I kind of enjoy it, actually.
That's right.
But yeah, singers rapping, man. It came first, for sure. Damn, Curtis Blow, Daydreaming. Whoa. Took it there. Shout out to Soundclash.
Whoa.
Shout out to Soundclash. Speaking of Soundclash, your name made me think. I spent last week learning a lot about classic dance hall rhythm names.
Ooh.
Never knew the rhythm. I was doing something last week, working on a project, and it just kind of forced me to know what the names of certain reggae beats, rhythms are. Didn't know.
Oh yeah, it's a whole different world.
A lot of interesting names, and I still think that was interesting. I'm like, yo, with reggae, it's like 6 songs came out this year, and they all got the exact same beat.
And
that's how it works.
I know that from DJing, because then you gotta know, because people be want a specific version, and it's like if you play the wrong version, they like, yo,
no, you gotta play the one with the bada rhythm.
Like Sean Paul, he had one was a vitamin S, but it was like the same beat for like 20 different songs.
Yep.
And I heard, I was so confused, like, wait, this is the one you want? Man, I didn't understand at the time.
I learned about the heathen rhythm, the bada rhythm, all them joints, bro. All them joints. Did a little research.
I was deep into the dance. I had did a project with some homies, and they're all Jamaican. They're all like straight from Jamaica. Like, I felt so terrible because sometimes they would say stuff and I had no idea what they were saying. Because the accent would be, their accent is so thick, and I'd be like, all right, you gotta, I'm ignorant to the accent. Y'all gotta break it down a little bit better for me. And but I learned a lot from them of just as far as music and the whole rhythm thing, and like I learned a lot, bro. So I got a whole stash of just dance hall stuff.
Fire
in the tuck.
Fire.
Man, hold on, we got some stuff. Damian Jones music, whatever. He says, what does the word sonics mean to y'all in production?
I was about to say the way something sounds. But texture. I mean, yeah, that's a really good question. I never thought about putting it in words. But yeah, the sonics to me are just mostly have a feeling where, like, do the drums slap? Is it depth to it? Is it warmth to it? Right. And it's funny because all these descriptions of things that I deem as sonics are feeling words. But yeah, to me, sonics is just, it's how something sounds, but not the technical aspect of how something sounds. It's the actual sound of it.
Huh.
And yeah, that'll be my last explanation of the show. But yeah.
No, I get you. Like, when I think of Danger, I think of sonics. He just has great sonics. Like, he understands textures that fit together well, and what frequencies should go together well. And to me, that's like his strong point. Like, that's every time I think of a Danger beat, that's what I think of.
Facts. Hip hop or just regular hip hop versus something that's deemed as lo-fi. The difference to me is sonics.
I got you.
I mean, people can get into instrument choices and all that, but you can have a hip hop beat that like maybe uses a sample, a kick, a snare, and a hat. And you got a lo-fi beat that uses a sample, kick, a snare, and a hat. And the difference between those, even if it's the same stuff, is going to be sonics.
Right.
That's what I deem as sonics.
Man, we got a bunch of squad just joined. IDK, what up, bro?
What up?
We got Beats Music, we got Hive Mind, we got
Come on, man. In here. Squad is in here. We got a squad call. I like that.
Smoking Aces says, what is the mind state you have when you're a sound designing mode as opposed to beat making / producer mode?
That's a good question. Sound design mode is more of it feels more artistic to me when I get a chance. Bad calling. I get a chance to do what I call playing in my food. You ever seen a kid just playing their food? Like, they ain't really eating, they just sitting there playing. That's kind of how sound design is to me. I don't feel the pressure of, all right, this has to turn into something
right
in a short amount of time, or I gotta abandon it. Like, sound design is just fun. It's a time for me to experiment. It feels like a different part of the brain. It's a more relaxed process. And it's just a total different feeling. But for me, it's more relaxed, it's more artistic. And I would do more than I do normally if I'm just making a beat.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, my sound design sessions look crazy. If you see plugins and wires and other extra things hooked up, it's just stuff that I just don't have time for when making a beat.
Yes, sir. I'd never know how to say his name. JMPRZ.
Yeah, I was about to say that. What up?
But shout out to the
Jumper's official.
Yeah, okay. I just realized that reading his name. I was like, I don't actually know how to pronounce that. But shout out to the homie, man. Yes, great courses on content. Great.
Yes.
I know he works with Legion a lot.
Yes, sir.
Cool homie. I've learned a lot from those guys. So shout out to him, man.
Yes, sir. Whole squad over there. Crazy. Hold on. I feel like we got a question in this chat thing. Oh, damn, we got a couple questions. Oh, Boots and Cats.
Let's go.
Let's see. Smoking Aces. Y'all doing anything with NFTs yet?
No, I like my tokens fungible, like mad fungible.
You still like the fungible ones?
Yeah, I don't want mine's non-fungible yet. You know what I mean? I ain't got there yet, but you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm it's crazy. I actually wrote an article about how music producers are cashing in on NFTs. I probably should drop that. I probably should schedule it out. Yeah, I just been making blogs. I ain't even gonna cap. I just been hoarding blogs and scheduling them out kind of slowly. But if that's something you guys want to see, I'll put that out. And I just want to make sure it's right, man. If I do something, I want to do it like OD crazy, man. Now that everybody's doing it, it's like now I feel like you have to be, even now it's more important to like stand out and do something a little different. Yeah. So I'm hoping good idea will come, Nice. I got a few I need to work out, but it's also, we doing so much other stuff, bro. I want to do it, but it's also at the bottom of the list of of stuff that I want to get done.
Yeah. Here's a cool question. Boots and Cats got all the questions today. What do you think about selling courses as a producer for additional income? Is it saturated or dominated by universities and bigger studios? Selling courses as a producer, I think it's a great way of making additional income. I don't think it's saturated at all, especially if somebody who's an authority on something, or you really know what you're talking about. The cream will always rise to the top. I always say that. And if you really know about something like that, and you could put a course together, I think it's a great idea. Like you said in the question, you would make additional income, but at the same time, you'll be adding value to your community. Yeah. With that being said, though, make sure you are qualified to do that course, because some people would do it as a way to earn extra income and not really care about the value that they're adding, or maybe the value that they may not be adding to other people, under the guise of just making income. So, kind of be dedicated to it. Make sure you do it really well. Shout out to whoever just supported on the site, but make sure you do it really well. But I think it's a great idea, and it's just one of the many avenues where a producer can make some money outside of just selling beats.
It's wild because I don't know. I'm trying to think. If one of those music schools had a course, I would probably trust somebody that didn't go to that school more than I would the school one.
Yes.
Does that make sense? Because a lot of times, and I'm not saying all schools, but a lot of times the people who are teaching at those schools don't have that experience in music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'd rather have somebody who had experience doing what I'm actually trying to do teach me, because they're going to give you that real instead of a kind of course, like cookie cutter kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's dope, man. By the way, we have a new course, not coming soon, but it's in the works. The Art of Mastering is going to be coming up. So yeah, gave you the art of beat mixing, the art of vocal mixing, and now the art of mastering.
My dog got the line.
Horizon. Come on, man. It's a series. We gotta progress along with our audience.
I started making another course with a homie. I just gotta figure out how to I want to make sure I'm hitting the right thing. So I think what I'm gonna end up doing is having a small group. We teach the class live, and then we go back from that and make the course from it, and then just give that small group access to that course once it's like all the way built out. Because I want to make sure I'm hitting all the points. Just like how we asked for suggestions for the PDF, it was stuff in there that I would have never thought of naturally. So it's the same thing with the course. Like, I don't want to. Now I'm like, all right, let me get the community insight on it. So I'm gonna have to do that.
Boots and Cat says the art of crate digging. That's what we want, Oracle. I think you speak for yourself, and people like me. There are probably a few people in here. I don't know if that's for great demand, in great demand, but I ain't gonna lie. A course on crate digging, I would watch that, or I'd be willing to do that. I don't know. Maybe people do want that. Who knows? Maybe I'll do a mini course of my own.
That'd be a good bonus or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Crate digging or digging. How to dig. Yeah, fire, man. Okay, so we're approaching the end. Like I said, I like to leave a little bit of time for our podcast producer so we don't overwhelm him with everything. So I don't know if we got like maybe one or two more questions we could answer, and then just whatever you're doing for the weekend.
See, B-Man says we need a course on the wet dry knob on Ableton.
Facts. Shout out to B-Man.
How to maximize your production time with a 9-to-5. I don't know if that's a course or that's the actual question, but that goes to that's going to my list of So, okay, while people, if anybody else is dropping their questions, while they're doing that, I'm going to read off some of the ideas that I saw in the chat that were good. If anybody sees anything that they think is super fire, it's a yay or nay, put it in the chat. Please let me know. So making your beats sound more full and still have room for the artist was one. How to publish your music was another. Sound design and crate digging. Design tips, quantized and unquantized, beat placement discussions, behind the beat and ahead of the beat. Okay. Copyright rules. That was a good one. Producer productivity. Okay. Getting your website set up, and just added how to maximize your production time with a 9 to 5. So that kind of goes into the productivity one.
Nice. Okay, listen, out of everything you heard, put in the chat like the stuff that's interesting to you. And while people do that, I see a lot of those things, they got a theme. So a lot of those things could be included in one kind of together or something. Yeah, I think that's pretty dope.
Any plugin recommendation for a high pass echo?
Yes.
You trying to recreate the turntable joint, huh?
Yeah, but if you want to do another kind of complicated Ableton Zoom, then yeah. But basically when we were on the Zoom the last time, and I showed the wet dry. It's just the wet dry with the crossover, the one that I was talking about with the frequency crossover, and then you just put the delay on the effect slot like we did, but it's only going to delay above a certain frequency, and that's kind of how you could do it.
Everybody's saying all of them. Oh man, we gotta pick a starting spot.
So now we're in the PDF business, right?
We gotta pick somewhere. We gotta start at one. Help us, please.
I'm DJ Wiseman. Said thank you, Oracle and Trezor. Hey man, listen,
appreciate you coming
thank
through.
Y'all. Yeah, hey, listen.
How to get a sync license business? That is a good one.
That is a good one.
Okay, right. I'm more confused actually. Me and Oracle was sat on the phone like, all right, what are we gonna do?
Oh man, we thought we was like, oh, we can ask the people tomorrow. We're both like, oh, easy, perfect. Now we're more confusion than we were in.
We just I'm gonna put them into a random generator, like the number generator, and then just pick one. That's how it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So speak now or forever hold your peace, because it's up to fate now. When we get off here,
it's up to fate now. DJ Street Orchestra says salute to you both.
I appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's my guy. Shout out to you.
What you got going on, Oracle?
Man, like I said, okay, let me really think about it. Let me just not answer. I'm gonna finish up my portion of Ben Trapping 6 this weekend. Go. I am super determined to do that. I got a few people to connect with. And I gotta do some emails for the week. And after that, like I said, I'm trying to live like Paul Pierce for the rest of the weekend.
Bro. So hey, that sounds fun, bro. I don't want to say that and get in trouble, but it does sound like a great time.
Man, listen, I don't work for Disney.
Hey. If you out here living like Paul Pierce, I want to be the homeboy that's in the back with the stack of ones.
Facts.
Just looking so happy to be there.
Facts. Exactly. But yeah, what you got going on this weekend?
Man, Ben Trapping 6 is dropping soon. So I'm just, doing my half of what's going on with that, getting the loops together, getting all the other copy and website stuff done for that. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited about that. I feel like it's gonna be one of the 5. The box is amazing. I'm proud of the box. Every time, we have a theme. We have a theme for the boxes where it's like we make these like wrappers out of musical equipment, and this one is great. I feel like you guys are gonna appreciate. You know what I mean?
I think it's the best one yet, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's up there. It's in the top. So working on that, and yeah, man, go to producerkit.com, check it out. Get on the mailing list for something, because we're gonna have a bunch of dope stuff coming.
Yeah, that's a fact. By the way, Ben Trapping 6. This is the 6th installment, and I think we're on year 5 of the podcast. Year 4, year 5 of the podcast. Man, look, air horn for us, man.
Hey,
we stuck with this, bro.
Hey, we in here. Hey, I told Oracle my daughter is going to school in the next couple of weeks, and I'm having to pay that out of pocket. So we about to have been trapping, been R&Bing,
been doing everything,
been doing something. I need y'all support because
the collection plate is going around.
This child care ain't no joke. I'm like, bro, why is school so expensive, bro?
Hey, listen, and once you get that under control, it's gonna be something else.
Oh yeah, oh it's always.
But man, yeah, but yeah. Before I close out the show, once again, shout out to us for sustaining something this long on accident.
Hey,
because none of this was planned.
Oh yeah, none of it.
Nah, the podcast, been trapping 6, none of this.
I think what the podcast, I was having to go to your crib to make beats one day, and we just like, oh, Instagram live dropped.
Yeah, it started live, and then we got on live, and then got on live and started talking about this would be cool as a podcast, and what should the podcast name be, and all that good stuff. It took we was on there for like 3 months, probably without a name or without anything, but we were still doing it consistently every Friday.
Beats Music says the Ben Working Collection. I'm actually I might steal that name.
Hey, Thank you. Okay.
Hey, put that in the idea. That boy good.
That boy good. He's just dropping bars on the floor. Pick them bars up.
All right, let's end this for Beats Music.
Yeah. All right, man. Listen, thank you all for coming through. I hope everyone enjoys their weekend on a Paul Pierce level, whatever that means to you.
May the Hennessy be lit.
There you go.
May the ones float with grace as they.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, man.
Keep the smoke in your face and Disney off your back.
Yeah, I like that one. That's a toast, man.
Yes, indeed. So listen, man, it's been another episode of UnQuantized podcast. Thank you for joining. And